Hey, I'm back. And we're going to start digging into really understanding your goals and understanding how we break them down. Like I said, I have run into probably more people that have done it this way, where they list out goals and think they're tasks and can't figure out why they feel so overwhelmed. So, we're going to actually talk about looking at your goals, how to identify what goal to start with, and then also how we actually start to break them down. So, this is going to be super helpful, and it's also going to be, you're going to have some action steps in here that you can start taking. So, in review, hopefully you took some time to really understand what it is that you really want. What is it that you really desire for this year? From there, understand what are your priorities and boundaries that you need to set. Most people stink at setting boundaries, but going through this, you're not going to be one of those people. I have a hard time with it, and I've had to learn over the years that boundaries are healthy. Stopping being a people pleaser, because that's what then ends up throwing our goals off and throwing, at the end of the year, we're like, I didn't achieve anything that I wanted to achieve, because I was constantly doing everything for everybody else and pleasing everybody else, and let myself slip, let my dreams slip. So we got to get clear on what those boundaries are and what those priorities are. And then also writing out, what are those goals, those 5 to 7 goals that you want to achieve this year. And then the last piece is, now we're going to be working on breaking them down into actionable items that you can do every single day. And then also those routines that are going to push you, even when you don't want to do it. Even when you don't want to exercise, but your goal is to run that 5K, you are going to get up every morning. You're going to put those running sneakers on, and you're going to put those exercise clothes on, and you're going to get out the door, and you're going to do what you need to do. That's the routine. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to understand, how do we take these goals that we have? We have these 5 to 7 goals. How do we take these goals, and then how do we start breaking them down? How do we actually come up with those tasks of the things that we need to do so that we can move those goals forward? Now, the one thing I also want to add here, is that when you're looking at your goals, a lot of times people will just set them based on business. I want to make sure that, and this, you're more likely to do this than not, because we want to have and set those desires that we have, those dreams that we have for our life first. So when we're looking at that and then we set our goals, we don't want to just set business related goals. We want to make sure that we're setting goals for ourselves personally. We're setting goals for ourselves financially, for our relationships. So if you're looking at your dreams and desires, and this is something that I work with my clients all the time, we really dig into this to make sure that you're setting goals that are like 360 degree. Like, they look at your life holistically and make sure that you're setting goals that will address different areas of our life. A lot of times when we don't start with those desires and dreams, we only set business goals, because it's strange, because a lot of the people that I've worked with over the years, they think that goal setting only relates to when you're trying to do something in your business, and it really doesn't. So we want to make sure that we're looking at our life on a whole. And when I work with people, we actually run through all kinds of exercises to understand where they are in different parts of their life, so that we can set goals to address all of those areas and make sure that they are consistently feeling alive and achieving growth, and just, really pursuing things that are meaningful to them. So in this video, taking all of that into consideration and looking at your goals, what I want you to do is I want you to look at each goal, and then literally you're just going to do a brain dump. You are going to look at each goal that you have, and you're going to say, okay, this is what I want to achieve this year, or even this is what I want to achieve this quarter, and saying that is my goal. If you have a hard time saying okay, this is my goal for the year, break it into a quarter. Okay. I do work with people on taking their annual goal, breaking it into a quarter goal, breaking it into a month goal. But if you're having trouble, stretching that far, that's totally okay. As long as you understand and you're very clear on what it is that you really desire. Okay. Then pick your goal, have your goals set. All right. 5 to 7 goals. What you're going to do next is literally, it's a brain dump. You're going to get a big piece of paper or a notebook or whatever it is that you want to use, and you are going to take each one of those goals and brainstorm out everything that you can think possible, small tasks that you can do in anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Small tasks. Brainstorm out absolutely every single thing that you know you need to do to move that goal forward or to make that goal happen. And you're going to keep this list because we're going to talk about in the next video, the art of the chunk. So, like I said, you are going to literally brainstorm absolutely everything out so that you have a working list for each goal of the tasks that you know you need to do every single day, or I should say, tasks that you can do. You break them up and then you pick a task every single day. A task or 2 or 3, if I can get my words right, to move that goal forward faster. So get out your paper and your pencil and you're going to just start brainstorming, taking each one of those goals and start brainstorming out every single thing you know that you need to do to make that goal happen. That's going to be your task list. If you get stuck, I want you to make sure that you email Teresa at teresacantley.com and I will respond to you. I will make sure that I help you to brainstorm this out. This is, for some people, it's really hard to look at a goal and say, okay, these are all the individual tasks that I know I need to do to make this happen. Because again, remember what I said, a lot of people put goals down and they think that they're tasks. So they look at it and then they can't figure out, or they can't wrap their head around breaking it apart into small pieces. So if you were going to bake a cake, your task for the day might not necessarily be bake a cake. Your task, that would be your goal for the day, but individually it would be, okay, gather all ingredients. Maybe you have to shop for the ingredients. Then maybe you have to, set aside time to prep, to chop things up, to whatever it is, so that your ultimate goal is a finished cake. So get your pen and paper out, and I will see you in the next video.